Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. So there's a lot of different beast builds. It's pretty hard to really know what the best setup is, but generally the new identity for beasts is like permanent buffs from self-damage effects during combat. And it is overall working out pretty well, I would say, but there's a very important thing that you should know. The best card usually anyway, it does depend on the, but it's usually the best card to activate this is a card called the Spiked Armor, which is kind of like a Triceratops dinosaur on Tavern 5. Now, this card has Taunt, which is great, and has a death rattle of hitting your stuff for 1 damage and giving it 1 life. Now, there is some very important stuff you need to know about this card because I'm going to just flat out say it. I think it's bugged, and I think it's bugged because the mechanics of the card don't follow any other effect. So the death rattle, which is like 1 damage and 1 health, usually if you have like a death rattle that hits an opponent death rattle and both death rattles die, both of those effects happen at the same time, because there's like a singular instance check for death rattle. For example, if you hit your opponent's Goldrin with like a Tunnel Blaster, the Tunnel Blaster might kill off like most of the beasts, but the Goldrin effect will then trigger to buff them out of kill range. So in a way you kind of resurrect out of death through death rattles. Now this Spiked Armor card is really weird because even though in the same effect it does damage and gains health, it will not resurrect cards that don't survive the 1 damage, which is like, okay, maybe you can understand why they designed it that way. Otherwise, it's just maybe a little bit too vanilla, I guess. But there is another aspect of it that I think should really be considered. If you give it Reborn, or if you give the Macaw Reborn, these effects are actually completely separate, and there is a pause in between them. Even though the card's death rattle is on the same sentence, deal 1 damage, gain 1 health, and there are even in-game tips that say that Reborn triggers after all death rattle effects trigger. For this card, that's actually not true. Okay, the Reborn effects can get killed by the 1 damage death rattle from the original card, which makes absolutely no sense and is inconsistent with all the other cards and is also inconsistent with their in-game tooltips. So I imagine it is bugged. So that's pretty important to know because I'm imagining you guys are going to try some of these self-damaging beast builds. They do seem pretty good, and they should be a lot better when they fix this card because this card is kind of championing the archetype. Enjoy it for now, and check out the game. T6 cards are better than ever. T7s I think start to miss. Let's try Phelan. Perfect. Just getting ready for my Murloc scaling undead beast build here.
Looks like a tense game. Just waiting for you.
Getting 2 minions here is pretty big, that's why I froze. It's not as many token minions as before.
And match.
Now we can go with a Fire Dancer. You have beasts in here, and I know I didn't really get any help. It's just like if I plan a... No, it might backfire on me. Fine, let's just do this.
First tournament.
The chicken is called Irate Rooster.
Score! Gotta build up a team, son.
Is Kripp already done with duos? I mean, I might check it out and whatever, but just can't imagine it being like a long-term serious game mode. And I already played it yesterday. It's not like I haven't played it at all.
Score.
There we go.
How's the game going?
Doggo, quiet. That probably has enough attack. 12. Okay.
Best out there.
Is getting pretty owned.
Game, set, and match.
Oh, yes. I like that. I'm not super keen on going harder on Murlocs, so... yeah, let's just play it.
Best out there.
What was he generating cards with? Is that the ghoul? What the hell just happened?
And the crowd goes wild.
Spellcraft on damage, Naga. Oh, I see. Realized that was a thing.
Make sure to recruit some champions. Good pick.
Do it freeze for that? Maybe I shouldn't freeze for that. I'm not gonna have a Rylac.
Metal is in your future.
Nice.
Score!
It wasn't +6, it was +9. Am I in jail? No, I'm not in jail, guys. This is where I live, actually. It's pretty pleasant to live in house, as it turns out. Yeah, this card is give your beast +1/+1 permanently. It's not very good, but I wanted a taunt to improve the consistency here a little. I seem pretty lucky.
So, what's the score?
Brings takes damage. Just other than it. Alright, well here's the plan.
Wait till you see what's in the trophy.
The leftmost death rattle has to be this one, I guess. Wait, no, this sucks. Okay, this is the only way it's not terrible, but it is bad.
I've been keeping score. You are good.
Oh, it does trigger itself? Wait, what the hell? It triggered its own death rattle off of the attack and then failed to spawn with the reborn. Really? Really? That's how that works. What? What?
So, what's the score?
Okay, I probably have enough attack buffs. Playing beasts. It's okay, there's no slam. It's okay. It's okay, guys. Ethical now. Well, maybe not, but as far as we know, for the time being, so far, it's cool. I want the Macaw's leftmost death rattle. I want the permanent buff. Wait, it still killed it? What the hell? Do 1 damage and give them 1 health. These are separate instances with a pause in between. Bro, are you for real? We literally watch minions res from the dead because the effects from the opponent's side of the board happens at the same time as your side of the board, and the wording in the same sentence on the same card is 2 separate effects. Really, Blizzard. Really. That actually blows my mind.
You ought to fill out your team. A strong athlete.
Fine.
Time to bench that one. Here's a gold.
I mean, this effect is not permanent, it's just in combat, so... The reason my beast got buffed is the Burrower's effect. And the bird, yes.
Today's top scorer.
God damn it. Okay, see ya.
And the crowd goes wild.
Oh, that was the bird. Whoops. Yeah, I skipped this card, this Sky Blazer. I also wouldn't mind getting, you know, a triple. I mean, it is turn 12, so I'm not used to looking for beasts. I mean, that card literally came out today, okay. This build seems okay, but you feel it'd be stronger if there was some kind of minion that doubled the stats for every beast that was summoned. What about one that also gave them, like, permanent stats for any future summons before the multiplication? And then what if there was a card that just, like, doubled everything that ever happened? Jesus Christ. 0 times has this thing survived. super late reborn, and it hit exactly his divine
So, what's the
refresher.
score? A strong one for your team. Make sure to recruit some champions.
I'll give you a good price. I'll give you a good price.
Make sure to recruit some champions.
Right.
Wow, a veteran athlete.
Move Dino to the left.
I've been keeping score. You are good.
Okay.
Game, set, and match. Make sure to recruit some champions.
Another macaw is interesting, I guess. More reborns. Crazy. Is it?
You're
Okay, yeah, the
today's
Dino
top
is stronger
scorer.
here. What? This is the most cooked death rattle I have ever seen. It reborned in between the effects. I am speechless. Reborn is supposed to happen after all death rattles. It reborn in the middle of the same death rattle. That guy died of the ghost. That's one of the most confusing games of Battlegrounds I've ever played.